Hey you guys, thanks for coming to check out another tutorial. So today I have some butterfly locks for you guys. And I'm so excited that these companies are coming out with crochet butterfly locks. Like, it's a style that's absolutely beautiful, but if you don't know how to create the locks, it's really hard. It takes a long time to learn, and it's kind of a tough, intricate process. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with this braid pattern. So I did use the Stasha Harris Shine and Jam to create this foundation. This foundation is a combination of individual braids and cornrows. So I sectioned my hair off from the front and the back, so there's a middle part going across my head, and then I created a middle part coming straight down the middle of my head. And then I created another part to section that in half, and then I sectioned that half in half again. So I have 4 sections on the left side of my middle part and 4 sections on the right side. And in the section closest to my ear, I braided 2 individual braids halfway down. Then I created a very thin part. So you see me creating a very thin part here, and that's what I'm going to use for my cornrow. So I made 3 box braids. I have my part section, and then I'm going to start to create a cornrow. So I'm going to take those 2 braids in the front and a little small piece of the hair in the middle. I'm going to start to cornrow that back and incorporate all those box braids into that cornrow. Now, if your hair isn't as thick as mine, you can use a larger section for that cornrow. But what I realized is when I use more hair in that cornrow section, the braid just becomes too thick because my hair is super thick and I don't have a perm. So the braid just becomes too large, the cornrow, and then it's hard to disguise when you start crocheting your crochet braids in. So then you're going to split that next section in half. You're going to apply your edge control all around, and then you're going to start to create your individual box braids again. Here I did 3 box braids, I believe. And then I created 4 box braids, excuse me. I did 4 box braids, and then I created that middle section for the cornrow, very, very thin. And then I went ahead and did 4 box braids, I believe, and braided those about halfway down. And then I incorporated all those braids into a cornrow going straight back. So those are the 4 braids on top, the middle section for the cornrow, and the bottom section. So just start braiding those back into a cornrow. So yeah, you guys, that's pretty much the braid pattern. I am so terrible at describing braid patterns and explaining them verbally. I'm more of a visual learner, so hopefully you guys are too. If you're watching YouTube, I'm guessing you're a visual learner. So just watch what I'm doing, and it's pretty self-explanatory. Now for that last braid going straight down, I incorporate all the ends of all the braids that were left out and just cornrow that down. And for the end of that braid, I just go ahead and crochet it into the braid closest to it. So this braid pattern really is becoming my signature braid pattern for that individual look for crochet braids and locks. It really lends itself to the locks particularly well because the braid pattern underneath doesn't show as much as other ones that I've seen. I'm still perfecting it and working on it, but I really, really like the way the braids come out using this illusion pattern. So let's talk about this hair. So the hair that I'm using today is Janet Collection's Nala Tress 3x Butterfly Locs Bob. This Butterfly Locs Bob does come in 10-inch, 12-inch, and 14-inch. all in one multi-pack. I did use 3 multi-packs today, and the only thing that I had left over was 1 bundle of the 12-inch. I used everything else in the 3 packs. I also decided to moisturize my skin and my lips because I felt like it was a little dry. So I went ahead and started with the first butterfly lock, and the first length that I did was the 14-inch because I want an asymmetrical bob that's longer in the front and shorter in the back. When I first started to install the 12-inch lock, when I first started to install the 14-inch lock, the loop was too small and I couldn't get the thickness of the crochet lock through the loop. So I had to take it back out and make it wider. So that's a good tip. If the loop is too small for you to fit the lock through, take it out and widen the loop. What I noticed about these locks is that they're very soft and they're very malleable, which can be a good thing and a bad thing. I noticed that when I was pulling the lock through the loop, it kind of distorted the lock a little bit. So after I would get the lock through the loop, I would have to kind of like fool around with the lock a little bit and redistribute where the curliness was because it kind of started to hang. If you can see it there, I kind of had to like pull the curly parts back up to give the lock good shape so that the loop wasn't dangling. Now, some of the locks were easier to open the loop and some were harder. The loop that I just showed you was pretty much the perfect width for the 14-inch lock to get the lock through. So once you pull the lock through, kind of look at the lock and make sure that it hasn't been distorted too badly. I noticed some of them did, and you can kind of just like trim that up or try to incorporate those frayed ends into the lock by just like running it through your fingers. But this is what I was working with so far, and I thought that it was doing pretty good. I was worried about the density, honestly. I felt like maybe I made too many individual boxes. Maybe I should have made the boxes a little larger because these locks are pretty thick, but it is what it is. We're already committed now. So I went ahead and started using the 10-inch. So I put those in the back because again, I want this to be asymmetrical, shorter in the back and longer in the front. So I use my long lengths in the front and the short lengths in the back. What I noticed with the 10-inch locks is that they're made differently. The 10-inch lock is very thick at the bottom, so when you're opening the loop, you want to open the loop like really wide, and that kind of was a learning curve for me. So I kind of had to take some of them out and redo them and make the loop wider. So you guys, we're plugging away. At this point, I was about 4 locks in to the 10-inch pack, and you guys, the struggle was real. I was starting to get a little worried. Like I had to have a sip of my Pinot, you guys, because the struggle was real. And I was like, hold on, like what's happening here? The first part went so well, and now it's like a bit of a struggle. Y'all, I'm sorry, I have to come on here and literally, like, I rarely come on here in the middle of an install, but I feel like I have to. I'm literally trying to get this through, and I cannot get the crochet through the loop. Like, this is crazy to me. I'm gonna have to cut this out because there's no way that the hair is going to, or maybe I could take it back out. Maybe I could take it back out. So I was able to get it back out of the loop. I'm gonna try to get it through the loop again. This hair is very difficult to crochet because of all these loose loops of hair around the butterfly lock. It just gets intertangled into the loop that you're trying to get through. Like I'm frustrated because I was so excited about this hair. I just felt like this was gonna be amazing, but right now this install is a lot. The front, I feel like it went a lot easier than the back, maybe because the 10 inches is fatter. I feel like the 10-inch locks in this bundle pack, the 10-inch, the bottom of the lock is extremely fat. To get through this tiny little loop, you can't even see the hole in this one, is so small. Maybe this is only a style like I would say would be easier for someone else to install on you. Installing on yourself, this is just a lot. You know, you're gonna have to really use your patience, and I'm getting very frustrated. So I may take a break just so that I don't ruin the hair by trying to force it, because right now with my frustration, I feel like I'm definitely going to try to force this hair in, and you know, I don't want to ruin it because this hair is pretty and I want the style to come out cute. So I may just take a break and come back and do the rest of the style later. So you guys, this is the next day. I did take that break and then I put the rest of it in, and it was definitely just the 10-inch part that was difficult like that. The 12-inch and the 14-inch went in a lot smoother, and I was so happy. I think this hair is absolutely beautiful. And yeah, I mean, the only gripe I have is about the 10-inch. If they could work that out, then, you know, this hair would be a much easier install. So let me give you the details about this hair. These are pre-distressed, pre-layered for the perfect natural looking bobbed butterfly lock, without the hassle of trimming, wrapping, and sealing. The color that I got was 14 inches, and I used 3 packs. The only thing I had left over was 1 bundle of the 12-inch. This hair is provided by Beauty Depot. You can find them at beauty_depot on Instagram. And when you buy from them, definitely make sure you hashtag shop Beauty Depot and hashtag Beauty Depot, where beauty begins. And you can exclusively find this on www.shopbeautydepot.com. When you shop, make sure you use the discount code JMT10. Save you some money at checkout. And one more tip I forgot to mention. I know that I trimmed and cut these locks. I wouldn't suggest that, you guys, because they definitely start to fray and unravel. If you feel the need to cut them, I would say get you some black rubber bands and tie them off so that they don't fray and unravel, because I would hate for you to lose your hairstyle after you cut them. Anywho, you guys, thank you so much for watching this tutorial. Tell me how you feel about this braid pattern. Do you feel like it's something you would try? Do you feel like it's definitely disguising these braids and giving you more options for your crochet styles? If so, I'll definitely keep doing these and showing you guys more innovative braided foundations for your locks and crochets. Make sure you guys are sharing these videos. Please share these videos. It super helps me out. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you never miss a new upload from your girl, because I got a lot of good stuff coming on the channel and I don't want you guys to miss out. Share this video with a friend. Share this video with a butterfly locks lover. Share this video with your mama. Peace out.